Live from the birdhouse. This is the Muddy Corners Podcast. With Trevor from the block.
That's what we tell our guests. Come on here just for the exposure. But really, it's just for our exposure.
Kade Bird.
Dude, change comes from within, man.
Today's guest, Taylor Ross Wilson.
Welcome to the Muddy Corners Podcast, where we invite artists on so that Kade and I can steal their fans and turn them into our own. By the way, check out Dog Shoot Owner, Black Lab coming soon. My name is Trevor, a.k.a. Trevy from the block, a.k.a. Big Turd, a.k.a. Big Turd. I'm joined by Kade Bird, a.k.a. Big Bird. Our guest today is the leader of Little Barefoot and creator of the forthcoming game interactive album,
Never Always.
Taylor Ross Wilson.
Hey.
Thanks for coming on. Glad to have you, dude.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So the first thing I had to address is as soon as all of our fans found out that you were coming on, there was an overwhelming amount of messages asking us to kind of address something a rumor about you that's been around for a while.
Yeah? What's that?
Well, they basically believe that your name is either Taylor Wilson, Taylor Ross Wilson, but it's not three names. Basically you came up with a name as a ploy to get famous. What do you say about that?
I mean, it hasn't worked so far, so guess we'll see.
That doesn't mean that it wasn't
My intention?
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, I guess you'd have to blame my parents for that one.
Okay.
They're, maybe they preemptively they're like, well, maybe if we name this kid 3 first names, he'll eventually make us some money.
Well, I only know of famous people who have 3 names. If you're not famous, you're the first non-famous person I know that goes by 3 names. You know? I only have 2 names straight up. I don't even have a middle name. So.
I don't know, honestly,
I'll never be there.
Because I used to always go by Taylor Wilson, like all through high school and even into college and stuff. But this one time on Facebook, I got invited to this group that was like, unite all the Taylor Wilsons of Facebook. And immediately I was like, nope, denied. It was like someone's gonna round up all the Taylor Wilsons and slowly kill them off or something. And
I think it's probably more of a way they're finding a niche market to sell T-shirts to.
Probably, yeah.
Because I always get the Facebook ad where it's like, has like my last name or some bullshit. It's like, buy this stupid ass shirt with just a bunch of text on it that has your name on it. I think it's kind of whack.
Yeah.
So maybe they're just out for your money, just like your parents were when they named you.
Yeah, but after that, I kind of just was like, I'll just go by my whole name. And then it also it works well for like show posters when I play solo shows. It's
definitely
kind of like it feels like an artist name, I guess, more than just Taylor Wilson.
And that's why there was an overwhelming amount of people who asked me to bring that up to you. Because, anyway.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
I wanted to bring something up real quick. Dude, Logan is full of talented musicians. Well, artists in general. Mm-hmm. But I remember the first time that I was, becoming active in the local music scene here in Ogden, and the first band that just kind of blew me away was Raccoon Dog.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, those guys were great.
Yeah, they were fantastic. Mm-hmm. And then soon after that, I had met you just through playing at Mojo's. And then like Benton.
Yeah.
And then all those guys are just doing really cool stuff, dude.
Yeah. Logan's full of just a lot of, it's a college town, so there's a lot of people that come and go, and there's always like an influx of new people there. But yeah, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of talent there that kind of comes through there. I think a large part of that is because of the university.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Something in the water, maybe.
Well, geez, that even Stevens up there too, man. They bring in better musicians than I see at the one down here in Ogden, even, and that kind of like blows my mind a little bit, dude.
I don't know. Logan's kind of weird because it has a lot of that talent, but there's not a lot of opportunity there, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's like really small city, and so I think it's easy to get like saturated with shows if they're happening too often or that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Logan. I mean, I've always loved Logan as long as I've lived there. I mean, I've lived there for about 5 years.
Okay.
I don't live there anymore, I guess now, but I'm still always up there, either playing shows or recording people.
Okay. Cool.
If somebody if somebody actually listens to this who doesn't live in Utah, we're not talking about the new Wolverine movie. It's a town near us.
Yeah. I heard that movie's supposed to be pretty okay, though.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So I was actually, I found out that in my research where I stalk people, I found out that you had crowdfunded Never Always.
Yeah, I did a Kickstarter in the fall of 2015. So it's been a little bit over a year now since I did that, and yeah, I would not recommend it. It was very stressful. It was just a lot of just hitting up people on Facebook, like, hey, I barely know you, but here's this thing I'm doing. Maybe pitch in a few bucks, and I was doing that every day, and I mean, like it was successful. We reached the goal we were trying to go for, and everything, and it was fun in that regard, and like making the video and stuff was fun. But just like the whole just like asking for money thing is pretty stressful.
It does seem like it's like easier, more fun idea when you're like, you already like are a brand and you have a huge following and you're making a sequel of like a cult classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, if you've got a following, it's definitely something that's going to be a lot easier, I think. It was mostly just me doing it though. Like not even like the rest of the band barely even helped with it other than like recording the album.
Yeah.
But as far as like Kickstarter and like promoting the Kickstarter and just getting people to donate to it, that was pretty much mostly me. I mean, I think they shared it and stuff too, but it wasn't like a daily, sending out emails and messages and stuff like it was for me. So I think that was a lot of it too. So if I was to do a Kickstarter again, I would want to do it as like a team effort. Right. I think that would kind of alleviate some of the stress of doing that sort of thing. But
well, yeah, they have marketing teams for artists, so it's kind of it's a lot of work to manage yourself.
Definitely.
Well, and asking for money just sucks.
Oh, anyway. Exactly. We call that spanging where I'm from.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was something that I never really did. And
people on 20
would do.
people downtown will say, "Oh, can you spare some change?" And I'm like, "Dude, change comes from within, man." So yeah. So asking for money is awful.
Yeah.
Was this album? Was it like a collective? Did you have like a lot of people?
There's a lot of people that played on the album. I mean, in the end, it was still basically me just with like this big grand vision for the songs. I mean, every time I've recorded, because when you get into the studio, it's like, okay, here's the song that I originally have written or demoed out or whatever. But like, really, we can do anything we want with this song. We can we can make it a big thing. We can make it a little thing. Like, it's really just once you get into the studio, you've already got some ideas out there. It's like it just kind of is open to whatever. And so I really wanted it to be like a full effort with a lot of different people and like I feel like a band album. It wasn't like a solo thing, even though it was mostly me that wrote all the songs and did a lot of the parts and everything. So it basically got to when I started recording it, I really didn't know what I wanted. I had like some demos fleshed out and everything. So I pretty much just tracked out all the songs, like basic versions of all the songs, and started doing all the drums myself. And I got to a point where I was like, I want the drums to be better than I can do on my own. And so there was this guy that I had met and I kind of jammed with a little bit, and so I had him come in and kind of become like a studio drummer. So we would just like practice through the songs and everything. And so he tracked out a lot of the songs, and he's actually our drummer now when we do live shows. And then him, and then also Josh Mikesell was our drummer. Was like the person we were doing live shows with. But a lot of these songs for this album, I didn't really. There were some of them that we had played live and had figured out live, but for the most part, they were just songs I had written that I hadn't really brought to the band yet. So it was more like the band was brought in once we started recording them and we were in the studio. And so I only did drums on like one track, and then Michael, the other guy that we brought in as a studio drummer, he did most of the drum tracks, and then Josh did like three or four of the songs.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was kind of a group effort, and then I did all like the pianos and all like the rhythm guitar. I did most of the bass guitar stuff, and then Benton that plays in Panther Milk. He's played a lot of shows with us, and he's played in Little Barefoot for a long time too. But he hasn't really been playing shows with us recently because Panther Milk's become like a kind of big deal.
Dude, shit, dude. I don't mean to take the spotlight off, but I saw something recently where they were like Salt Lake's like best band or something like that.
I think they were in like
like some weird
competition
award.
for. Yeah, I don't know if they won it. I've never actually like asked him about that, but yeah, I saw that they were in like some kind of competition.
They like blew me away.
Utah's
dude.
best band or something, but yeah. But yeah, I mean they've been doing pretty well. They've been recording an album. I think. I don't think they're very far into it, but anyway.
Do you record through somebody like up in Logan, or did you kind of like track it yourself?
So I tracked it all out myself. Like my apartment that I was living in at the time, I pretty much just converted into a studio. It was like three rooms like right in a row. So like the first room I just became a tracking room. The next room was like the control room, and then the last room was like my kitchen. But and so yeah, I just converted into that. Like put up like isolation stuff on the walls and everything, and like bought like a baby grand piano on KSL that was like $700 or something, and then
Oh, nice.
just spent a bunch of time just like playing around with the songs in my apartment that had become pretty much a studio space. Like like half the time my bed was like propped up against the wall to make room for all the music gear that was in there. So I pretty much did that, tracked it all out and everything, got it to where it was, where I wanted it as far as, you know, tracking goes. And then the Kickstarter was kind of to help fund the video game that became kind of a big part of it. Which initially was just kind of like a side idea, but it ended up taking like way more time than the actual album did to record. So the Kickstarter was kind of for finishing the game and then like mixing and mastering the album. Cause I'd put out some music before, but I'd never like taken it to someone to mix. And so for Never Always, I did that, and I took it to Casey Romney. He has like a studio at the Ogden airport. And then he kind of helped me do like some basic mixing and bringing it into Pro Tools because I recorded it in Logic. And then after that, I took it to this guy, Andrew Goldring. He runs a studio up in Salt Lake, and he kind of helped me do all like the final mixing and mastering stuff. And
awesome.
Yeah, got it to where it sounds good. So.
Oh yeah.
Who does the horns, man?
Okay, so the trumpet was all done by this kid Eric Horn is his name. It's a fitting name, you know.
No.
But I asked him to play some
the lineage
shows.
of the creators of the horn.
Yeah.
Give me your best.
He's a cool guy. I never really met him before. I met him through our drummer now that did all the drums most of the drums for Never Always. He knew him because he went to the university up there and was in like the brass band program or something. I don't know, up there with our drummer. But I just kind of heard it, like he was like, "Oh, I have a friend that plays trumpet," and I was like, "Okay, cool, you should come over." And came over, and I showed him the songs, and like we kind of figured out, showed him like the parts I wanted him to do, and then a lot of it was like, okay, well, and it was just kind of like a lot of back and forth. Like he'd play something, I'd give him feedback on what to do differently, and like that sort of thing, and then he came back for one final day where he did like a few like solo stuff. Just like trumpet solos, because there's like a few bits in there where it's a little more free form as far as trumpets go, and a lot of those parts I ended up like piecing together from the different takes that he did, just to kind of like make it the solo line I wanted for the thing or whatever. But yeah, so he's credited on the album. I didn't pay him, but he didn't ask for it. He didn't I offered, cool. And he didn't really want anything, and so that was good. But I asked him to play with some shows with us too, and he couldn't. So he's just kind of on the album, but yeah, he did all those, and then I think there's maybe some like MIDI horns in there, but they're definitely like underneath just to kind of supplement the trumpet that's recorded.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Well, it sounds awesome, man. Like it's spectacular,
Thanks,
like
man.
beginning to end.
Yeah,
and it's layered really well.
Yeah,
like, I was really impressed.
There's a lot of just kind of playing around with different ideas. Like when I first started recording, it was like doing all the drums and stuff myself. Basically just like I would build up the song and then tear it down and then build it up again and then kind of tear it down to kind of see what I actually wanted and what was actually working with the songs and stuff. I kind of drew myself kind of crazy between that and trying to figure out how to build a video game for the album too.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of just like trying to figure it out, but yeah, I got it to where I was pretty satisfied with it, and now I'm happy that it's just out and I can not think about it as much. At least not literally.
Mission accomplished, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's nice, I guess.
Yeah.
That it's out. The video game was a little bit of a disappointment as far as like, that whole thing goes. I was hoping for so much more with it, I guess, but also it's like my first attempt of making any kind of video game, and I did like all the artwork for it and all the music and everything for it, and so it's just I think for like a first effort and for what it is, it's like a cool gimmicky kind of thing.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like made me want to delve into that more and like make a new game that's like actually really well thought out and good, and like I don't know.
That's a big project to take on all at once.
It is, yeah.
First video game, first, like mix and mastered album with session musicians all at the same time.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work and everything, but it came together really well, and like all the musicians were super talented, so that makes it always really easy. At least as far as tracking goes, because you don't have to sit there and do take after take, because they already know like how to do it, and so that was nice. That all the people I play music with and had come record on the album are really talented, so that helped a lot. The video game was a lot of just like late nights with coffee and just trying to figure it out and everything on my own time. But that's one of those things that I would, if I was to do like a Kickstarter again for like a video game or something, I would have to be with a team, like even for like building the game too, because that would just help, a lot.
Right. Well, I mean, you brought in a bunch of artists and musicians to come like perform on the album, so why not? I mean, it'd be so much easier to get a better game if you got like a whole team on it. The
only downside, and it's the same sort of thing happens with like studio musicians, is like as far as funding goes, to like if I was gonna like bring in programmers and stuff to build a game, I would either have to be really good friends with them, or they would either I'd have to be really good friends with them, and they'd also have to be really invested in the idea for the game, or I would have to pay them, And so same thing with studio musicians most of the time, and there's a lot of people I have paid for like studio work at different times, but a lot of the people that played in the album were band members already or became band members, except for the trumpet player, and so that kind of made it nice because everyone was willing to put a lot of time and effort into it, just for the sake of making the project a good thing. So,
yeah, definitely.
So it'd be good. I guess I could make a video game with more people. I just have to find the right people, That's the thing. It's like it's a little easier finding musicians to play with when you've been in the music scene for 6 years or so since high school, and so. But like, there's not like a video game scene as far as like local goes, so it's a little different, but
not ones that socialize.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're all in their basements, coding.
Like, dude, do this video game. You'll get a bunch of exposure. All right.
Yeah.
That's what we tell our guests. You could come on here just for the exposure. But really, it's just for our exposure. Like I admitted at the beginning.
It's really for you guys. I just came for the free beers, really.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, at least we supply that.
Yeah.
Kade's a good host.
You're welcome. Well, and this time, too, I bought the Wintas because... as we start bringing guests on, I don't want to just force them to drink like Olympia.
Here's some PBR. I mean, I would have
nice variety.
Yeah, it's
these
good.
are artists for goddamn sake.
You just never know.
M&Ms,
You just never know if people are if you're gonna get like that person that's like, oh fuck that dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I'm not gonna drink that beer.
I only drink Stella out there.
That's boxed wine. I only drink it from the bottle actually. Just kidding.
Opposite of that, I only drink from the box. That'd be a person to meet.
Yeah. So are you playing shows?
Yeah. So I've been in Vegas for the last like 4 months. I guess I've been back for almost a month now, but I was down there just kind of working and taking a break from music for a little while, living with some cousins down there, and so we haven't played any shows, at least as far as like a full band. We haven't played any shows for four months or so. But we have one on Wednesday in Salt Lake. I know by the time this airs, it'll probably
That's
too
so
late.
bad.
But yeah, we're back kind of playing shows again and as a full band. I mean, I've kind of always been doing solo stuff. The only time I really haven't been doing any solo shows was when I was in Vegas. Which I probably should have tried to play some stuff while I was down there, but Vegas is it's kind of a weird place. Yeah. So yeah, I'm playing shows, we'll probably play some band shows probably once a month, if not more. and then I just kind of do solo stuff whenever someone pays me to or asks me to. A lot of those even Steven gigs I kind of do somewhat regularly. So
Cool.
Oh yeah. Good food.
oh,
Trevor.
such good food.
Do you have a game?
I do.
You have something fun for...
You know it, bro.
Okay. What is it?
So, I was actually looking at your crowdfund.
The Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Okay.
I always think, for some reason, GoFundMe is the first one that comes to my head.
Yeah.
That's like the third one that came out, right? Kickstarter's the obvious first name, but I don't ever think of that one. Anyway, so I was looking at your Kickstarter. Are we still waiting on the game?
So you can download the game in the App Store, in like the Android and iOS app stores.
Okay.
It's still like kind of in production. Like it's out there online. I kind of eventually got to a point where I was like, okay, I got to put this out online.
Yeah.
But I put it online hoping that I would get like a lot of feedback from it, and I haven't really gotten any feedback from it. So it's not just kind of out there and for people to check out if they want to.
Okay.
I mean, I've gotten feedback from it, but it's always been like, oh, you downloaded the game, and then I've like kind of like dug into, oh, why didn't you finish the game? And that's usually when I get the feedback. But
yeah.
So I'll do like a final update sometime, probably this spring.
Okay.
That'll be like the official thing, and like do some final like bug fixes and stuff like that. But,
Cool.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the last update on your Kickstarter said, I suck at releasing albums. So I assume that you were just like, I'm not going to release the game anymore. There's no game. I saw that you released a partial one. So the game today is you're going to need to write on the spot a 2-verse song with a chorus explaining to your fans why has it been since 2015 when you first told them about this game, why isn't it fully done yet? Why isn't it out? You got to write that.
Oh, man.
I'm going to give you like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, whatever really you need, right? To write this on the spot.
Okay.
And you're going to come on here and perform it. Now, here's the thing. Here's the problem. For you, anyway. If you win, you get a free beard trim from Kate.
Okay.
Now, if you lose, you get a free beard trim from Kade.
Okay.
All right?
I'm into that.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's go do it.
I just know it's right to make it all seem perfect. I just know it's right to make it all so clear. I just
All right, we're back. I gave Taylor a good chunk of time to write a song. As you know, October 2015, the Kickstarter that promised T-shirts, a game, an album. We're still waiting on a little bit of it. So
Yeah.
you had to write a song. Had to explain to the community what's going on.
Sort of.
Either
did
way,
that.
you're facing the razor.
Yeah. I mean, on my behalf, most of the rewards have been delivered. But yeah, here's the song. Hey, all my Kickstarter friends, I know I let you down. I took most of your money and blew it all downtown. I know I promised you t-shirts, I promised a video game. I'm sorry I failed you all. Feel free to call me lame. Well, maybe next time I can redeem myself, and maybe next time I'll just run off with all your wealth. If there's a next time, just be careful around me. I'll take all of your money and spend it all on me.
I think you redeemed yourself.
Yeah?
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time I con people out of their money, I'll just write them a song as an apology. Sorry I took your money, but...
All right, well, dude, that was dope. I think they're gonna love it.
Cool.
So now let's go to a performance by Little Barefoot. Little Barefoot, everyone.
Well, come around on Sunday, we can try and find public transportation in the middle of the night. And I hope I'll see you soon, maybe at the Moon's Cafe at noon. And I'm playing on the corner, trying to make a buck, but everyone's on hard times, so I've got no luck. But I know I'll see you there, waiting in the line, Moon's Cafe at 9. Well, I miss you every evening, I wonder where you are. The things inside my brain, well, they fall apart. But I know I'll see you soon, well, maybe at the Moon's Cafe. And oh, all those things we know, make them all change when we need to grow. Oh, what we thought we knew, all depends on what you did do. Oh, all those things we know, make them all change to fit the mood. Oh, what we thought we knew, all depends on who you meet there. And I've changed my ways, turning them all black. And I changed my ways, and I'm never turning back. Well, I'll go my own way when everything is fine inside of my mind. And sometimes when I laugh, my mouth becomes a doorway, left open by the words you say and the spirit of the stairway. And whenever I smile, my lips become a crevice, all begging for repentance. But I'll take whatever is my sentence. And whenever I run, my legs become a stallion, well, up until the moment when I trip face straight into the pavement. And whenever we meet, I'm burdened by the sentiment. Well, all the years we had spent chasing down the afterwith.
Nice job, dude.
Thanks. It's a little song called Moon's Cafe. All right. Yeah, here's another one.
Cool.
What if I left for months, living off spare change and crumpled ones? When all of my memories fade, I'm lucky that I build new ones every day. to collect myself, but I think I left my head on the tallest shelf. And maybe I promised too soon. I think that's the elephant in the room. All of my internet friends say I'm killing it. They knew me personally, they disagree. When all of my internet friends think I'm killing it, what changes my brain makes me feel so incredibly plain. Ever dream that your teeth are all falling out? Well, I never do. No, I dream about you. And flying to the moon and interdimensional space travel. Say I'm losing it. All my internet friends say I'm losing it. All of my internet friends say I'm losing
it. Nice, dude.
Thanks.
I'm grading that one super dope.
Super
that
dope.
Good, dude.
Well, thanks. Maybe that'll just be the highlight of the. Let's end it there.
Start the recording.
That's a wrap. All right. I'll play a couple maybe from that Never Always album.
Cool.
Because those are both kind of newer ones. So yeah, let's do this one. This one's called Starting Gun. I never run, now I wait for the starting gun, the starting gun. Patiently pause, all the cheer team become the claws. No applause, you got your hard opinions often, and you never let them soften. Maybe you're wrong, nothing good ever lasts that long. Soon it's gone, maybe I'm right. Either way, we'll enjoy the night. Enjoy the night, you got your hard opinions often, and you never let them soften. I'm afraid of what's underneath the bed. I'm afraid of, and I'm afraid of all the words you might have said. Well, they're in my head. Yeah, and I'm afraid that I'll become the living dead. I'm afraid that, and I'm afraid that all the words you might have said, will they haunt me till I'm dead? Do you understand? I just pretend that my whole world is a free weekend. Got your poolside chair, soak in the sun, feel it everywhere. Feel no cares, you got your hard opinion
I'm wrong, 'cause nothing could ever last that long. Soon it's gone, and maybe I'm right. Either way, we'll enjoy tonight. You got your hard opinions off, and you never let them soften. I'm afraid of, oh, what's underneath the bed. I'm afraid of, and I'm afraid of all the words you might have said. Well, they're in my head. Yeah, and I'm afraid that I'll become the living dead. I'm afraid that, and I'm afraid that all the words you might have said, will they haunt me till I'm dead? Do you understand? Maybe it's good I'm all alone now. Maybe it's good we found communion. Maybe it's good, yeah, maybe it's good, yeah, maybe it's good. Well, maybe it's good, yeah, maybe it's good.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, that was good.
That was good? I messed up the words a few times on that
It
one.
happens, man. Well, that's one that I was hoping you were gonna play.
Oh, was it?
Actually, yeah,
Cool.
most definitely.
Was there another specific one you wanted to
I
hear?
love
Or
Fawn, dude.
Fawn? Oh, it's such a long
beautiful.
song.
I
though.
know it is, but oh man, dude, yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's a song that will probably always kind of stay on just on the album.
Yeah.
I mean, when we tracked it out, like we figured that whole song out, and then but like figuring it out live for shows and stuff with like a whole band all at once
Yeah.
has been kind of troublesome. Plus, it's like hard to do without like the strings and
Yeah,
everything that are in
yeah,
there.
most
And,
definitely.
so yeah, so I probably won't play that one.
That's okay.
Right? No, just because it's like 8 minutes long. And
Yeah, I would. So, what about Golden Coast?
Golden Coast. Okay, that's an old song. I could try and do that
dig
one. It's a really old song. I haven't played this one in years. Well, I'll give it a shot.
Cool.
Actually, I'm gonna have to retune or just tune up a bit. Okay. So that I don't fuck this one up too much.
I'll drive so you can sleep. The Golden Coast up to Aberdeen. We'll trust in the maps we found from underneath the seats left years ago. From underneath the seats left years ago. With a family trip up north of the dusty seats to young boys. Well, mother and father told us, oh, to keep our eyes open. Oh, to keep our eyes open. Now you take the drive with me.
had my childhood. And I love every minute of it. And I love every minute of it. Oh, and I love every minute of it. Oh, and I love every minute of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's honestly been like 2 years plus since I've even like tried to play that song.
Well, thank you for indulging me then.
Yeah.
Taylor Ross Wilson, everyone. Little Barefoot. I almost said Bigfoot. Fuck.
That was actually almost the band name.
I
Little
heard.
Bigfoot, so.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did a little bit of research on you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I found an interview on you.
Okay.
So, all right.
Well, that's nice, I guess. Hope I was it.
Good at that, dude.
Yeah.
I do a lot of stalking, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give.
Gives him an
That's
excuse to stalk.
that's all. Yeah, it gives me. That's
If
true.
you get caught in the act, you're like, no, it's okay. It's from my podcast. You know? It's like, no worries.
I'm alone, sitting on the back porch of a party house. No one.
Awesome performance. Thanks for coming, dude. That's it. We're gonna end the podcast now. Just so you guys know, you can check me out at Dog Shoots Owner, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, things that that hold music. You could find me there. Kade, they're gonna find you eventually.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Couple
Hell
weeks
yeah.
here. Black Lab.
That's what I'm talking about.
Black Lab Matters. T-shirts.
Nice.
And where can they check you out, Taylor?
So that Never Always album's on Spotify and iTunes and all those streaming sites, and then also Bandcamp and SoundCloud, and then there's that album and an older album on Bandcamp and SoundCloud, and there's some stuff on YouTube too. So
Hell yeah.
just the internet.
Yes.
go
Find
there.
us on the internet and go there. All right, dude. Thanks so much for coming, dude. That was a fun time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks you guys for hosting. That's
No
cool.
problem.
Hell yeah.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.